But first, a couple of holy mackerel stories in today's news. This is Indiana Republican Congressman Steve Buyer, already famous on this show for claiming that health reform is a secret plot to hurt veterans, and that smoking tobacco is a lot like smoking lettuce. The congressman is once again under public scrutiny now thanks to something called the Frontier Foundation. It's a scholarship charity that shares an address with the congressman's political action committee, which had Congressman Buyer's daughter as its president, which had his finance director as its secretary-treasurer, and which sent out letters from his office, and which in 6 years of its existence has yet to actually give out a single scholarship. Instead, out of the $880,000 the Frontier Foundation has raised so far, much of it from corporations and from organizations with business before the congressional committees on which Congressman Buyer serves, only $10,000 has been spent in grants. Nearly half of that went to a charity run by a powerful Washington lobbyist who now says he'll return that money. The foundation is also donated to the National Rifle Association Foundation. Well, now a week after his press spokesman said it's not Congressman Buyer's foundation, Congressman Buyer is admitting that it is his foundation. And he says the media scrutiny of it is, quote, vicious and ugly. The foundation has raised lots of funds, which means lots of golfing and fundraising trips for the congressman. As for those, Congressman Buyer says those were, quote, not fun for me. I'm sure that as long as it wasn't fun for the congressman, the kids who didn't get the promised scholarships won't mind at all. Next up, 2 summers ago, an Air Force crew in Minot, North Dakota accidentally loaded 6 live nuclear warheads onto a B-52 Stratofortress and flew them to another airbase in Louisiana. 6 live nuclear missiles, totally unaccounted for until hours after the plane landed, when someone on the ground at the base in Louisiana said, hey now, howdy, wait a minute, those are live nuclear weapons mounted on that plane out there. I don't think we're supposed to have those. In the ensuing fury, lots of Air Force officers were relieved of command by the Defense Secretary Bob Gates, up to and including the Secretary of the Air Force and the Air Force Chief of Staff. Still, after that, the good folks safeguarding our nuclear missiles at Minot, North Dakota, failed their first nuclear surety inspection the following December. Then they failed the one after that as well. Something about guards playing video games on their cell phones when they were supposed to be, watching the nuclear missiles. Then last July, a truck at Minot carrying the rocket booster for a Minuteman missile ran off a gravel road and crashed. Price of the cleanup there was $5.6 million. Then in August, they lost another truck carrying intercontinental missile parts and liquid rocket fuel. This time, they blamed a, quote, large insect that flew into the driver's open window and landed on the driver's back. Apparently, the driver was so freaked out by the large insect on his back that while he was trying to swat at it, he drove his rig and its intercontinental ballistic missile parts and its liquid rocket fuel right off the road. Well, the good airmen of North Dakota have been like the Keystone Cops, except they're Keystone Cops in charge of safekeeping America's live nuclear arsenal. The head of the 91st Missile Wing at Minot and the maintenance group commander and the missile maintenance squadron commander were all fired and replaced last week. The new commander telling local reporters that his plan was to, quote, get back to basics. The basics, like not accidentally flying nuclear weapons around the country and losing trucks full of missile parts to attacks by Mothra. The basics. And finally, a quote falsely attributed to talk show host Rush Limbaugh recently resurfaced during the debate over whether or not he should or would be part of a group bidding to buy the St. Louis Rams football team. On June 3rd, as I was reporting on opposition to then Supreme Court nominee Sonia Sotomayor, I was among the people who erroneously referred to the quote as if Mr. Limbaugh had said it. To set the record straight, Rush Limbaugh apparently never said that Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassin should receive the Medal of Honor, and I was in error when we reported that he had, mea culpa. While we're setting the record straight here, though, here is some of Rush Limbaugh's verifiable record on matters of race, just for context.
Barack Obama has picked up another endorsement. African-American actress Halle Berry.
We are being told that we have to hope he succeeds, that we have to bend over, grab the ankles, because his father was black.
He just wants us to have the same health care and plan that he had in Kenya. Obama's entire economic program is reparations.
So let the record, now corrected, speak for itself. We'll be right back.